This is the Cassini-Huygens spacecraft. It was launched in October of 1997, and its mission was to study the Saturn system. It was a collaborative project between NASA, the European Space Agency, and the Italian Space Agency. This photo itself was posted by NASA, and it kind of gives you a broad overview of what this spacecraft accomplished. 2.5 million commands executed, 635 gigabytes of scientific data collected, 6 named moons discovered, 162 flybys of Saturn's moons, and over 450,000 photos captured. But to me, one of the most fascinating things about this entire mission was the Huygens probe. The mission of this probe was to collect scientific data as it made a slow descent down to the surface of Titan. And that is exactly what it did. The probe made a successful landing on the surface of Titan on January 14th, 2005, and the descent lasted for 2 hours and 27 minutes. And while on the surface, it was able to survive another 72 minutes collecting data. It was the very first, and still to this day, only successful landing of a probe in the outer solar system. And it holds the record as the most distant object landing from Earth. And this is the very first colorized photo of the surface of Titan. The researchers and scientists that studied this photograph believe that the probe may have landed in a dry lake bed, with at the top here potentially being the horizon or a methane fog. This is that same photograph, but not colorized. Again, the horizon at the top with part of that fog. And then these are actually pebbles at about 15 centimeters in width. This is a photo taken from the descent from the probe, and you can see these channels that were carved out by what they believe could have been methane rivers, and you can see them flowing to let out into either a lake or an ocean. This is another picture from the descent, but you can actually see the bank of where that liquid methane meets the land. These white areas right here are believed to actually be methane fog rolling over the sea as well. With the different instruments that were on the probe itself, they were able to discover that the surface pressure of Titan is only about 1.47 times that of Earth. And these seas of liquid methane are actually very active. There's geological activity that blasts ice and gases up out of these oceans all the way into space all the time. And with that, there's the potential that the ingredients for life may exist on Titan. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll have a definitive answer.